Yancey, let's just talk crowdfunding. Kickstarter was really at the beginning of this movement of crowdfunding. What exactly is the appeal to this?
Well, I think the appeal to Kickstarter is that it's allowing people to take their ideas and the things they feel really passionate about and put them out to the world and to their community and see what other people think. If you think about the world of trying to create things or funding ideas before, you always had to go through a series of gatekeepers and get approval and get people to have buy-in into your idea. And there were always all these obstacles in between you and the people you're ultimately trying to reach with your art. And so with Kickstarter, you're able to take that directly to everyone and see what they think, and if they like it, then you get to do it.
And how about the future of crowdfunding? I mean, right now it's being used quite a bit by artists, by techies. What do you think the future of crowdfunding looks like?
You know, for the future of Kickstarter is going to be exactly like its past. I mean, we're deeply committed to serving creative projects and being a place devoted to creativity, and that's not something that's going to change. Our hope is that, you know, the platform can continue to evolve and people continue to use it in more and more interesting ways.
Politicians, that kind of thing?
No. It's always going to be artists and creative people for Kickstarter. You know, that's what we care about, and that's what we're driven to do, and that's the thing that made us start this. And so, you know, that is not going to change. And so our hope is that as the site continues to evolve and we continue to learn from it, that more and more interesting things are able to happen. And the really exciting thing is, you know, while Kickstarter we hope looks pretty much the same in 5 years, we hope the rest of the world looks a little bit more like Kickstarter. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a short that was funded on Kickstarter that won an Oscar for Best Documentary Short. You know, this movie won an Oscar, raised money from a few hundred people online. It goes on to win an Academy Award.
When these projects get funded, there have been people who have said, okay, they got funded, but there's delays in manufacturing because there are all different sorts of problems that can go into this kind of thing. How do you guys deal with that?
Well, you know, it's interesting. You know, I wrote a post on the site back in December that just asked if lateness was failure or not. There's been this presumption that it is, but I really don't think that it is. There's such a radical transparency to Kickstarter and that you're creating in public, and it's something that we've taken for granted very quickly. We're used to this idea that we get to see exactly how long it takes for everything to be made and how it was made. But this is not something that we ever had previously. We never had this before.
So, Yancey, you're a New York City-based company, but you grew up on a farm. Yeah. How do you take what your experiences were on the farm and growing up outside of this crazy world of New York, and how do you take that into building a very successful company?
I think patience is really important. You know, it took a lot of patience to create Kickstarter. Perry worked on this for 8 years before it launched. I was 4 years. Charles was about 3 years. And you just needed that time to really ruminate on this and to think about the right way to do it.